Stereotype is a single story about a people. It's a kind of misconception that has robbed people of their individuality. Every country is currently battling with stereotypes, and Nigeria is no exemption. There are some of these stereotypes about Nigeria that Nigerians do not like. Almost every Nigerian detests such generalization or such misconception about them. I will be sharing a lot of them here. If you are one of the people who have this misconception about Nigerians in general, please endeavor to desist from such. It's a story that robs people about their individuality, a single story about a people that is not correct. So some of these single stories or misconceptions about Nigerians: one, that there are no universities in Nigeria. If you are studying in a Western country, you may have been asked this particular question. I was once asked, are there no universities in Nigeria? Sadly, Nigeria, it's a big country with 36 states and with the Federal Capital Territory that was suddenly, to the surprise of every Nigerian, included as the 37 states in Nigeria during the last concluded election in my country. Meanwhile, Nigeria as a whole has about 170 universities. Of these 170 universities, 79 are private universities, of which 43 are federal-owned universities and 48 are state-owned universities. I do not want to go on giving you the names of all these beautiful universities in my country, but know it that there are a lot of universities in Nigeria. These are just universities. I've not talked about the number of polytechnics, colleges of education, and other institutions of higher learning in my country. I know as a foreigner watching me, your question might be, why then do we have a lot of Nigerians in the Western country studying in their various universities? Yes, the common reason is because of the constant industrial actions in my country, strike. Most universities in my country, especially the federal or the government universities, most often they go on strike. And the high population of undergraduates or learners in my country, they tend to go for the federal universities. This is the reason most of them are running out, coming to the Western country in order to acquire Western education and then have some sort of a greener pasture, if that is what you might call it. Yes. However, Nigerians, we like explorations. We are sojourners, so we travel a lot in order to learn about other people's culture, other people's way of life. And by the time we are done acquiring this Western education, a large number of us go home to establish some industries, hospitals, a lot of big things back home. We don't like it abroad, I must say. Yes, help me to attest this in the comment section if I'm not telling the truth. Secondly, there is this general notion that Nigeria is plagued by war, poverty. Nigerians are terrorists. Nigerians are violent. This is not true. It's a wrong single story about the whole nation of Nigeria. Anyway, this single story was actually as a result of the Boko Haram insurgency in my country then, many years ago. And this was prevalent in the northern part of Nigeria. And I can tell you that currently this insurgency has been contained, even though that some parts in the northern part of Nigeria and the eastern part of Nigeria are currently facing some kind of unrest, but it's not as the media portrays it and as the people sees Nigerians all over the world. This is not generally true about the people of Nigeria. Nigerians are peaceful people. Nigerians are loving people anywhere in the world. Yes, insurgency is something that is also common in some countries of the world. It's not only in Nigeria. All these attacks on the streets, Knife attack is common in the UK. Gun life, it's something that everyone knows that is prevalent in the United States. And we see a lot of unrest on social media in different countries, some countries in Africa, not only in Nigeria. So do not presume that any Nigerian next to you is violent, is a terrorist. That is wrong. A single story that harms a people. Number 3, do you have a lot of zoos in your country? Are there so many animals in your country? Do you see lions on the streets in your country? About 2 weeks ago, a little boy asked me if there were a lot of animals in my country. I looked at him in the eyes. I wondered what this boy must have been fed or told about, my color in general, Africans in general, because I can assure you that that little boy doesn't know that Africa has about 54 countries. In his mind, every black person is an Africa. Yes, if in my workplace, somebody could write that on the notice board that the country that we will be talking about today is Africa. This person representing Africa as a country. That was just a misconception. So I looked at this young boy. I felt really sad, but I just said to him, we do have farm animals, just like they do have here in the UK. And besides, if you want to see wild animals, you go to the zoos. That is where you could find wild animals and not around the homes. Meanwhile, we were just retiring to the classroom after the break, so I didn't have enough time to ask him, why did you ask? Why that? Why that? We just walked into the class. Please do not assume, do not presume. That is a wrong misconception. When you keep asking a black person if they live with the lions, if there are lions on their streets, lions, they are just wild animals. Shouldn't be seen anywhere around the people. Lions are not farm animals. Please desist from asking such annoying question. It is totally demeaning. Nigerians are loud. That we are too loud. We talk loud on our phones and blah blah blah. Yes, this is another misconception about Nigerians. We know that we enjoy partying so loud, having street DJs on our streets when we party, canopies and all them stuff. And yes, just as there are quiet people in your country, so do we have loud people in our country. But generally, the way we talk with power, we talk with strength. That doesn't mean that we are loud. That is how our Creator made us. Yes, we speak with all our strength, all our energy in order to prove what we are saying or to prove a point. But there are some Nigerians who speak slowly, not so loud. In fact, a lot of black women do not like it when a man speaks like a woman. A man supposed to have a commanding tone, kind voice, but at least talk like a man, not like a woman, So not every Nigerian is loud. Yes, and I want to also say to some of Nigerians who are so loud, especially when you talk on the phone, on the buses, on the street, you are on the phone, please bring it down. We know. But that is a single story about Nigerians. Not all of us have that loud voice, just like the way I'm talking. Am I so loud? No. Next point, Nigerians are scammers, Yahoo boys. Yes, of course, there are scammers in Nigeria, or there are Nigerians who are scammers. Same applies to Chinese people. There are Chinese who are scammers, people from the US, people from Bangladesh, Pakistan, India. Yesterday, I got a call, Ama Global. You could attest to that. I was with Ama Global, the man that runs African shop. In fact, he said, scammers, beware of that, because my phone was on the loudspeaker. He wasn't a Nigerian, obviously from the accent, probably Indian, Pakistan, So do not assume that every Nigerian is a scammer. Yes, you have the chances of meeting a Nigerian scammer as much as meeting an American scammer, and scammers or a scammer from any country of the world. Respect that fact that not every Nigerian is a scammer. Now, next is the misconception that Nigerians are uneducated. Interestingly, Nigeria is placed seventh when it comes to education globally. They came seventh position. And in Africa at large, among the 54 nations of Africa, Nigeria is the first in position. However, when you come to Nigeria, there is this compulsory education from age 6 and age 15, and the general means of instruction or communication in my country is English language. That is the common lingua franca in Nigeria. This is why a Nigerian would travel to a foreign country. On getting there, the next 1 month, a Nigerian is working, unless the country is a non-English speaking country. If the country speaks English, it is very easy for a Nigerian to move on. Sometimes a lot of Westerners here, they wondered why this is so. And we had to let them know that Nigeria is an English-speaking country, even though we have about 250, languages in my country. But the major means of instruction or communication, when I say instruction, the major means of teaching at the various schools level is English. We teach our local languages in our schools, but then English remains the major means of communication. So Nigerians are generally educated, and there are other means of education in my country, which is the apprenticeship. It's common here in the UK. Some people do not want to go to school, but they acquire education, talents, craftsmanship through the means of apprenticeship. Sometimes they get attached to these artisans or business owners whom they learn how to trade or trading from these people, who in turn settle them after some years, set up businesses for these people. This is a means of education in my country. Moreover, it might interest you to learn that most educated Nigerians, they go as far as having a master's degree or PhD level, that is doctorate degree level. Yes, when you see a Nigerian who is fully and overly educated, anyway, I don't think there is anything as overly educated. No, education has no limit. Okay, so please, Nigerians are well educated. I may not want to go further unraveling the statistics of how many Nigerians are excelling academically in the United States of America, the UK, and all other countries of the world. Please respect the fact that we are educated people. Am I not educated? I am. Another one is that Nigeria is too hot, that you can't even survive in Nigeria. When you go to Nigeria, you're going to get burnt to What? Have you checked countries as Somalia, Togo? The issue is this: Nigeria has all round lovely weather. Our temperature is welcoming. I don't think we usually have up to 40 degrees, or apart from the northern part of Nigeria that is sometimes overly hot. I know we do have 38. I doubt it has ever gotten to 40 in Lagos area. That's within the western and the eastern part of Nigeria. But that notwithstanding, all year round we have good temperature. Have you checked countries as in Senegal, Somalia? How about the UAE? Oh my God, Saudi Arabia. At least I've lived in Saudi Arabia. It was something else. Don't let me start telling you the stories. They have nightlife. Do you know why Saudi Arabians, why they have nightlife? Because they can't even endure the sunshine during the daytime. So this is why the activity starts when the sun has gone down. They come out to do their shopping in peace. Oh my God, it is. It is overly hot in Saudi Arabia. How about Qatar? How about California? That is in the US. Somebody in the US, Ziki's word, was screaming the other day, temperature above 40 something. So Nigeria is not that hot. To be honest, our weather is welcoming, friendly, lovely. we feel it at times. Yes, it can be hot though, but not as hot as portrayed. So the last one I will be putting out here is that Nigerians are unserious people. Anyway, you might say that I think they perceive Nigerians to be unserious for the fact that Nigerians, the banters going on social media, the jokes and keyboard warriors thing that is ongoing. Nigerians, they are fun people to be with. We are so creative, despite us, a couple of us. Those keyboard warriors spending time on social media despite the bad governance in our country. Yes, because sometimes the youth, people are being disenfranchised of their rights, to choose their right leader. Anyway, misconception is something that you must desist. Do not use a single story to define a people or a category of people. That is so wrong. Make your research, mingle with the people before you can make your conclusion. Yes, it rains everywhere. That is to say that bad and good people exist in every country of the world. People have their lapses, no perfect heaven on earth. This is the final way to conclude. Thank you so much for your time. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and keep coming back for more.